Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
What good would meeting them do?
These children are the future of your crew, and one day, they too will have to stand against evil and heresy as their parents did. By meeting them, by speaking the right words to them, you will honor the memory of the fallen heroes and light the way to heroes in the making. They will always remember the day they met the Rogue Trader. Besides, it will bolster the orphans' spirits, help them recover from their loss, which can be hard for someone so young.
I think Exterminatus is technically not a specific weapon, but a blanket term for rendering a planet uninhabitable. Oh, I saw... hang on. Let's see. I haven't played all these. Like the Dawn of... Like, some of these were gifted to me, and I haven't played. Was it Chaos Gate Daemon Hunters? I think in Chaos Gate Daemon Hunters, you can Exterminatus a planet, and when I only saw it in that game, and in that one, you drop like a bomb from orbit, it hits the planet, and you see what looks like nuclear fallout go around the whole thing. So I thought that weapon was Exterminatus. If there's more than one way to do it, I just didn't know. Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a Rogue Trader. I will address the orphans with a speech.
As you wish, Rogue Trader. Thank you for granting my request.
Oh, it's just instant. Okay. A group of adolescents, clearly dressed in their finest freshly pressed clothes, forms a straight line before you. Some stare at you with wide eyes like you're some mythical creature, while others huddle together in fear and look away. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Alright, Scola Progenium, a division of the Ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service of the Imperium. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House Von Valancius. You notice Infernus Master Einrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Infernus Master, do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Not at all, your lordship. I'm just looking out for them. It's the Infernus way to help folks in trouble. It's our job after all. So we chip in rations here and there and make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We take the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Many in the guild are not our family by blood, but by circumstance. I like him as a character. Again, I have no memory of this guy, so I guess he's just like woven throughout the story. I, the Rogue Trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe you will become their worthy heirs. The teenagers hang on to your every word with bated breath. Only a few at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in the dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Muck likes him as a character. Yeah, he's quite friendly. Yeah, but we already, like, we know from our last playthrough, and even just the tutorial we did, like, right now, that there are traitors. What's his name? Voix? Whatever. So, I honestly do wonder if this guy, this likable fellow, is going to betray me in 50 hours or something. And because he's new, this option wasn't here. Let's, let's see what happens. In fairness, Master, since you are so concerned about the orphans, they are henceforth your clan. It falls to you to teach them the meaning of what their parents fought and died for. Thank you for your trust, Lord Captain. We won't waste it. The Inferni know all about taking pride in service, courage, and self-sacrifice. We'll make true heroes out of them for you. He beams at the orphans, and they smile back at him with enraptured devotion. Young ones, you won't recognize them in a year or two. They will learn how to salute and speak only when permitted by their superior officer, but right now clowning around is all they know. Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. But I'm wondering, like, did I just take them from whatever clans they were in and give them to a different clan? Or were they clanless because so many people died and then we gave them to a clan? Okay. Abelard, Voidsman. Factotum, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Map of the solar system. Okay, unidentified voice ship, Rydcad Minoris. Oh, wait. Lord Captain, Astropathic Choir Master Zachary Wise is asking to speak to you via private channel. Who's this guy? Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. The scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty worlds. It is coming from the Rykad system's astropathic station. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Empyrean, and it fills me with terror. We are going to pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your lordship. Okay. Prison planetoid. Navis Nobilite. Okay, so this is where we get the Navigator. That's where we get New Blood. I don't immediately recall if I can do this stuff in any order. Or what. So let's try going to the Navigator place. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urek 5 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We are also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to Vox transmission. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear a static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question is, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? Alright, for now I'll say we will not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Lord Captain, only the navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through the Immaterium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects to the crew in the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that the Navis Nobilite are a highly respected citizens of the Imperium, humanity's guides through the warp. The power and status of a highborn navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. So both options are land here now. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for your esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Alright, and you can bring, I think, up to 6 people, but we've only got 4 right now. Adeptus gathering Rus Mechanicus are particularly famous for making planets just irradiated enough that regular life can't stand it, but the servitors and the Skitarii can. And funny thing, I know what servitors are, I don't know if I know what a Skitarii is. Funny thing is, most often used arguments against Exterminatus is that barren rocks don't pay taxes.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
Skitarii were in the Mechanicus game.
With these ones, sir.
I probably just need a
Permission to
refresher.
execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgression against House Orselio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orselio, I command you to execute the infidels. Imagine if one of them shot over the back. You're an infidel. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. 2 jet-black unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Abelard, if you would be so kind. The Seneschal takes a deep breath. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Mukluk von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronis Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that Nobilite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances on the station, his lordship, the rogue trader, is willing to turn a blind eye to this hostility, but just this once. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There's a dangerous glint in the man's dark shrouded eyes. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you did not arrive to offer support for the traitors. That is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Provide me with the navigator, and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Urek 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts, and we do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, Felix gestures at the disorder around him, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of a Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Urek 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments, then furiously slams his end of the staff on the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet... He takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, but my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the Mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Why should I help you? You came to the station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying, be it Rich's influence or the power of our navigators. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the Mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the lab, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. How am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it is so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the lab and the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis nobility or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something with which I currently happen to lack. That makes sense. Let's see. So what have you decided, descendant of the Von Valancius line? Can you make a tech priest? You cannot make one as your main character, but there is one in the main group of people that joins you. I will rescue your mistress, but in return I require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. His reply sounds curt and tired. So be it. Hurry. The mistress's safety is all that matters, but should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Okay.
What lies beyond?
That wasn't so difficult.
The corpses were mauled by a force far beyond mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. Oh, that's the wrong way. Other way. That way's blocked. Elevator doesn't work. Athletics, jump.
Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you?
Disarm trap.
Why are you crying?
Things in my veins.
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Medicae 70%.
Duty prevails.
Most of these unfortunate souls took their own lives by slicing their guts open. Oh my god. Cargo, yoink. Cargo, yoink.
A tantalizing anomaly.
Stand firm. We must not let the miscreants defile House Orselio. Fire at will for House Orselio. Wait, what? Yo, I just got here. Oh boy. All right. Speeding up animations and combat. I've already done that. Okay. He just killed one of his own dudes trying to hit me. Oh, nice. She's already almost dead. That's fantastic.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Follow my lead. Weapon at the ready. Follow my lead. My faith strengthens me.
He just hit his own person as well.
A tactically sound approach.
Use charge to get further.
No can do.
Target is too far.
Will do. They who discern the future on the battlefield.
She's not near cover, so I'm a little worried about her now.
Stay vigilant.
My ears are ringing.
Through the smoke and gunfire.
Break.
Brace yourself,
Moving out. As the eradicated.
Nice. Revel in Slaughter.
Doubt is for the weak.
Run and gun.
As the
What? Okay. That was an acceptable miss.
Follow my lead. Weapon at the ready.
Alright, he healed his teammate.
My faith strengthens me.
That guy just kills. Alright.
I'd rather not. My place is at the fore. I took care of this one.
Is that? That's forewarning. Okay.
But of course.
Let's go here.
Cover me. On it.
I'm a soldier.
A genius at work.
Prescience has failed me.
Okay. Who do we have left? 22, 40.
Faith without deeds is
Miss.
worthless.
Stay vigilant.
It will be done. Reduce to done.
Was a beat gone?
Double kill. Is that all of them? Nice. Okay. Yeah, I got a little worried having Adira be almost dead on turn 1.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They
Uh,
all
Gloves of
will
Endurance.
see.
Whenever the wearer of these gloves suffers an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 bonus to damage until the end of combat. So put that on the people most likely to get injured. Requires Iconoclast. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat. I don't know if I have anyone Iconoclast. Oh, I guess he is. Okay.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
Afraid. Pontius Siphius Galasius on the training of worthy servants at the court of the Navis nobility. Meh. Lore Imperium. Statue by the famous Calixian sculptor and chronicler, the Magnificent, the 23rd year of the Millennium original. Data Crypt H40KO.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
Intercepted conversation between security officers. The library is full of treatises by the most distinguished scholars of the Imperium, from Astra Militarum tacticians to Adeptus Mechanicus generators. The Lady Navigator's statue looks pristine and new. Oh, didn't even see that one. Let's see. Goods. Meteorite chunk.
There will be no peace in my wake.
What? Let me see here. Information. Yeah, that should do. 2 melee guys in front.
Oh, how intriguing.
Yeah, trap. She says she can disarm
I
it.
better myself through my service.
Beyond.
Navigator flesh sample. Ugh.
Damn warp.
Cargo.
If we'd been in real space, I'd have. Secret.
This galaxy is my playground.
Your seneschal is always
Dang
there.
it.
I'm restless.
Yeah.
Idira, stop castigating yourself. Your soothsayings have always been vague. Even if you had her, who among us would have realized that it was...
Nothing matters more.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Never doubt me.
Okay, that trap is disarmed. Got a bunch of cargo. Did you hear the screams? Move. Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. Now I see. You're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir. Wow. He's gonna drop all 3 of them? I know you're all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? It was just all scripted.
Patience?
Can't you join the traitors to kill the guy at the entrance? I think that's actually what I did on my previous playthrough. Was I joined them, and then got rid of that guy because he wasn't telling all the story, the whole story. Grab that. Abelard, try to tech use.
That was a good idea.
Crap. Demolition.
Duty prevails.
Lesson learned.
Over.
Cargo. Carapace chest piece. Some grenades. Let's see. So what do we got right now? 20%